Hello viewers, good morning everyone. Today in this session we'll discuss about SAP MM. The entire course is in SAP MM. So SAP MM is one of the modules in SAP. It is ERP, Enterprise Requirement Planning. So what it deals with is procurement of materials. So it mainly deals with the procurement. So for the procurement activity to be done in the SAP system, we need to define few things first. One of them is enterprise structure. So enterprise structure, we have plant, purchase organization, storage location, and purchasing group. So those four are very important in the definition of enterprise structure. After defining, we need to assign a plant to the company, plant to the purchase organization, and purchase organization to the company code. So all these have to be done in the SAP system. Before proceeding, after proceeding any further, uh, uh, we need to know what is plant. For example, a plant can be a manufacturing unit which manufactures products. Say in the pharma industry, it manufactures chemicals, okay, and uh, mechanical industry manufactures different mechanical products like uh, assemblies or lathe machines, any other machine or any other home appliances or any kind of such thing, that manufacturing facility can be defined as a plant. So coming to the SAP system, we have two views. One is end user view, which is SAP Easy Access. Now what we see is SAP Easy Access. This is what end user do. Daily transactions, business transactions are done in this end user view. See, under logistics we have materials management. In that, mainly the purchasing module, the purchasing folder, the bunch of transactions, business transactions, which comes under purchasing module or purchasing file, is it deals with the procurement of materials. So we need to define plant, right? For that, we need to go to the back view. To go to the back view, we enter in the command bar SPR. SPRO means SAP Project Reference Objects. So after entering SPRO, we hit enter and then reference IMG. After that, we will look after enterprise structure. Enterprise structure will be shown at the mouse. Cursor will point over the enterprise structure and we need to click on that file icon there, the arrow. There we can see there is a definition in the enterprise structure. In the definition, we need to define plant. So under logistics general, there is a definition of plant. You can click on define, copy, delete, check plant. That is the execute button. After clicking the define, copy, delete, check plant, a pop-up window is occurred and we need to create a plant. We need to define a manufacture the plant. You can define a plant, you can give a code, you can give a name. So it all depends upon your business requirement. So click on choose. So that is the list of already created by other users, but we need a new one. For that, at the top of the screen beside the command bar, we have new entries. Click on new entries. Click on new entries. So after clicking on new entries, we have a plant. There we need to write a code, a plant code. So it should be a 4-digit alphanumeric. So and it also should not be used by other users. No matches found. So found. That is why the TEP1 can be used for the plant definition, for our plant definition. And for the plant definition, we need to give two names. The two names can be same or different. So here we give the name test and the plant P1. P1 stands for plant 1 and TE stands for test plant. Test plant 1. Test plant 1. And county code, city code are ignored, but factory calendar need to be filled. So the factory calendar is filled. Here we have the list of already defined calendars, predefined calendars in the SAP system. Some other users copy the standard ones and they give their name. For now, we click on the magnifier button and we choose for Indian calendar. The standard one is IN for India. So county code and city code, those two are ignored. In the screen, the enter button do not work. So that is why we need to click on save button. After clicking the save button, another window pops up where you can enter the communication details, the address details of the company, and even you also can mention the communication details. All these details are stored in the database. So these details are predefined and given according to the business requirement. So here under the name, we are giving the same name. There under name 1 and name 2, which is the test plant 1 and test plant 1. TEP1. For search term, we use the plant code TEP1. We can use any other search term. It need not to be TEP1. The mandatory fields are in red mark, so that we need to fill. The plant, wherever the plant is located, there we can enter, like India, Germany, any country, USA. So that is mandatory for a plant. For a country, for a plant, country field is very mandatory. Other fields are ignored, but you can fill according to your requirement. After checking all the details, you can click on enter or the green tick mark. And there is a prompt for customizing request. You can give a short description like created a new plant TEP1 and then click on save, enter OK, and data is saved. So your plant is created TEP1. How can we check? Go back and click on position and then you need to enter the search term. The search term we given is a TEP1, okay, the plant TEP1 and click on OK. So there you can click on magnifier button for the search and then TEP1, test plant 1 and test plant 1. So that is the one we created, right? That is in the database. That is in the list and it is created. So this is for the today's session. Again in the next session, we will define another organizational entity. The one which comes under plant is the storage location. That's it.